how to make millions working with the New York City Housing Authority. So the New York City Housing Authority just rolled out a mentorship program, an exclusive mentorship program that not many people know about, and applications are due October 31st, this Friday, okay? Now, this mentorship opportunity is for the little guy. You can make so much money participating in this program. So it is a mentorship program where they are awarding 9 neighborhoods in Brooklyn to any business owner that is in the skilled trade of carpentry, electrical, or plumbing. Now, like I said, do not let this intimidate you guys. This is for the little guy, the one-man show, two-man show, and it is specifically for small business owners. And the mentorship program is led by professionals in carpentry, in plumbing, in electrical, where they will guide you through this process. So you are learning and you're earning. And when you are done with the program, it leads to even bigger opportunities to work with the New York City Housing Authority. All right, so as I said, they are awarding 9 neighborhoods to small business owners, and each neighborhood comes with 3 to 5 developments. Now, if you've lived in New York or have been to New York, you know what these developments look like. They're about 100 units. So it's like having 300 to 500 customers just for you. Now, how do I know about this program, right? This exclusive program that not many people know about. If you are on the New York City Housing Authority's pre-qualification list, they sent out emails to vendors that are on this list. And this pre-qualification list is essentially the New York City Housing Authority has contracts up for bid, and not just anyone can bid on these contracts. You have to be on their pre-qualification list. And in order to do so, you fill out their application, which is similar to this mentorship application for carpentry, plumbing, and electrical. And once you fill that out, they evaluate the application. They either approve you, deny you, or reach out to you for additional information to get your application process. So on this channel, we show you how to make millions starting a cleaning business. And this specifically is for carpentry, plumbing, and electrical. And once this program is successfully completed, they did inform us that they will have more opportunities such as this for the small business owner for janitorial services. And I will make a video and let you guys know once that comes out. All right, now what is this program about? It's awarding 9, they have 9 neighborhoods available in Brooklyn. 3 to 5 developments per neighborhood would be awarded to each vendor, either in carpentry, electrical, or plumbing. Now, if you're a business owner and you have a carpentry, electrical, and plumbing, all 3 trades, you would have to fill out 3 separate applications. So the application for carpentry, the application for plumbing, and the application for electrical. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to fill that application out. We're going to walk you through the application and walk you through the requirements. So stay subscribed to this channel where I show you how to make your first million starting a cleaning business. And I also throw any opportunities that I know of, just such as this, you're going to find out on this channel. And we show you step by step how to fill out these applications, because it can get intimidating, these lengthy applications. But don't let that discourage you, because like I said, on this channel, we show you step by step how to fill these applications out. All right, guys, this is due October 31st, so get in on this opportunity. Not many people know about this. They've already reached out to me multiple times saying, hey, are you going to fill this application out? We don't want you to miss out on this opportunity. And I don't want you guys to miss out on this opportunity as well. Not many people know about this. If you're on the pre-qualification list with the New York City Housing Authority, that's the only way you would have gotten notified of this amazing opportunity. And once again, this is for the little guys, not for the huge business owner. So if you're a one-man show, two-man show, you just got a small team, this is specifically for you. They want that small business owner. They want to mentor you and give you business. give you opportunities to make more money with the New York City Housing Authority once you successfully complete this program. All right, guys, let's get into the application and let's make this money. Let's get into the room of opportunity, make millions the boring way, the way not everyone is talking about. All right, guys, you don't need luck because we're going to get through this together. All right. One more thing, guys, if you are not based in New York, this opportunity is for you as well. I'm in Pennsylvania, and all they need is for you to have registered your business in New York City. And it is a simple application that you fill out. It is a $250 fee to register your foreign entity, your out-of-state business in New York City, so you can participate in this type of program. All right, I'm going to show you how to fill out that application. It's pretty simple. I filled it out and they actually sent my application back with a correction letter. So I've already done the trial and error, so you won't have to. So I had to, once they sent me that correction letter, I had to correct my application, send it back to get approved. So once again, guys, you do not have to be living in New York City to do business with New York City. You just have to register your business with New York City, with New York State. Hey guys, so as promised, we're gonna go through the New York City Housing Authority's Mentorship Program application. All right, so this is the email that I got. They had an important update. If you're in the electrical trade, no GC license is needed, just your master electrical license. But to complete your application for carpentry, electrical, and plumbing, you would click this link down below to the application, and you would send your application to this email, businessmentorship@NYCHA.nyc.gov. All right, guys, it's a lengthy one, but we are going to go through it together. Let's go. So as I said here, this is where they will bring you to. The program is to serve 9 neighborhoods in Brooklyn, each consisting of 3 to 5 NYCHA developments. Each contractor will be assigned to one neighborhood. Work is divided into 2 tiers. Tier 1 covers smaller, less complex projects. Tier 2 includes larger and more complex projects. Now, these are the applications for electrical, carpentry, and plumbing. They are basically the same, these applications. It's just they require different certification. Like if you're in electrical, of course, you need your electrical services license. If you're in plumbing, you'd need a license for that. And if you're in carpentry, you would need your RRP license. So we're gonna go through the carpentry application, since that's what I'm more familiar with, and I have personally my RRP certifications, etc. Let's click on that. For me, I'm gonna have to save this so I can edit it. So don't mind me here. Oh, just open in preview. There we go. Okay, guys. So the in-person info session was held September 30th, and there was a virtual session held October 9th. If I can find the virtual session video, I will leave a link down below to that. But applications are due on Halloween, October 31st, 2025. All right, let's get through this application, guys. All right, guys, this is just some general information. For the request for qualifications, this is just about NYCHA, where they serve a whole lot of residents, guys. The little information about the mentorship program, the pre-qualification process, when it is due, and some of the required supporting documentation to be eligible for consideration. Now, upon enrollment of the program, businesses will have the opportunity to bid on a job order contract. And if awarded, you will receive guidance, as I said, mentorship from NYCHA's job order contractor. Businesses that successfully complete the program based on criteria such as quality, frequency of punch list callbacks, consistent completion of projects on time and on budget will have the opportunity to pursue additional contracts for more work and bigger jobs at NYCHA, and eventually prepare you for growth and advancement in construction trades industry at NYCHA and elsewhere. So this is a great opportunity, guys. They're letting you know if you complete this program successfully, they're going to have even bigger contracts available for you. Now, as I said before, the program will serve 9 neighborhoods in Brooklyn, each consisting of 3 to 5 NYCHA developments. And you know how big these developments are. Each contractor will be assigned to one neighborhood, and the threshold will not exceed $250,000. All right, guys, let's get through this application. I love this. It's not so complicated, I'd say. So this is the description of services for carpentry specifically. List of carpentry related items performed at NYCHA include but are not limited to replace or installing kitchen cabinets, replace or install door frames, installation of acoustical ceiling grid and tiles, install wood and metal framing, installing windows or replacing windows, installing tub enclosures, fabricate and install closet shelves and poles. All right, guys. So that's the description of services for carpentry. I'm pretty sure for the plumbing and the electrical application, they'll have a description of services for that as well. All right. Now here are the requirements, the most important part, guys. So you will need your NYCHA license for carpentry. A copy of the front and back must be submitted. I will leave a link down below to how to get your GC license. It is a lot, but I'm telling you guys, you can just go all in for a day or two to get in on this opportunity. It is worth it to put in that time and effort for a day or two. It's like putting an all-nighter for an important test, okay? So you can get in on these opportunities. All right, now back to the requirements. You will need your NYCHA license, and as I stated before, I will leave a link down below on how to get that. You will need your US EPA RRP certification for your firm and for your employees. You can just Google if you do not have your RRP certification, it is a 1-day course, about 8 hours of a 1-day course. You just have to do one. You know, you can do one for yourself as a business owner and classify yourself as an employee. And then once you complete that 8-hour training course, they give you a short test. It's about maybe, at least mine was 25 questions. And once you pass that, you get your RRP certification as an employee. Then they will direct you on how to get your RRP certification for your firm, your actual business. Doesn't mean you have to take 2 classes. You take 1 class, pass the test as an employee. Once you got that done, then you can apply for your firm or certification. Okay, this is just in case you don't have it. If you do, even better for you. Now, the next requirement, and I will leave a link down below for a RRP certification training class. in New York City. And now for the next certification, you need a valid New York State Department of Labor registration certification, which is your license to do business in New York State. And I will also leave a link down below to that application as well. And at the end of this video, I will show you how to fill it out if you are a foreign entity, if you are out of state of New York, because that's what I filled out. As I said before, I'm in the state of Pennsylvania, but does not mean I cannot do business with the state of New York. You just have to get your business registered with the state of New York, your current business as a foreign entity. All right. So recap again, you need your GC license. I'll leave a link down below for that. You need your RRP certification as an employee and as a firm. I'll leave a link down below for that. It's an 8-hour, 1-day course if you do not have that already. And you need your valid New York State Department of Labor registration certification. All right, what else do you need? Let's keep going. Now, applicants must demonstrate that they are independently owned and operated and that their annual revenue does not exceed $5 million over the 3 fiscal years. So what they need is for you to provide copies of your tax returns for the past 3 years. All right. So we need to get that in. Lots of paperwork, but as I said, it's worth it. And that's how it goes. If you want the big opportunities, you're gonna have to go through a lot of red tape. Sometimes you don't, you know, sometimes you get the good ones where it's not too much red tape. But, you know, the more red tape, the better, because it unfortunately discourages a lot of people, which gives you a lane of opportunity for yourself. All right, next requirement is a staffing plan. And how do I create a staffing plan? Man, I go either on Claude or ChatGPT to help me with that. I would just copy and paste exactly what they need and put that on Claude and create a staffing plan. And we could do that together. Vendors must demonstrate that they employ qualified staff members, at least 2 full-time employees. 1 employee can be a supervisor or a foreman who will supervise on-site projects. 1 employee can be the tradesperson, the person that holds that certification, or a technical staff member. So you need an organizational staffing plan. And as I said, I just copy and paste this on Claude and say, hey, I need a staffing plan. Make me one. And also you'll need a signed statement of confirmation confirming that the vendor will provide a list of names, resumes, or a document detailing past experiences and license for each employee the vendor plans to have work on NYCHA. Same thing. I'd put all that in Claude, create me a statement of confirmation of this, and then you sign it. All right, so that would be your staffing plan. All right, let's keep going. Business experience. The business must be registered under the name listed in the vendor's application in its current form for a minimum of 5 years. So proof of that can be your articles of organization or other company formation documentation showing proof that you have been in business for at least 5 years. Does not mean that you needed to be doing a whole bunch of business for that 5-year period. You just need proof that you've been in business for that amount of time. All right, next, 3 years of experience providing carpentry services or electrical or plumbing, depending on which application you're doing. And it can be as simple as a list of client references per project. So just really 3 references and adding a description of those 3 past projects. They can be past or current. All right, guys. What else do they need, right? Now, proof of address. All applicants must provide proof of the business address filled out in the contact information. And they even provided a note. That's what I was thinking. This can be submitted with other proof of business or incorporation. So if you have your articles of organization documents, that can be proof of your business address. And also they have a contact information section on page 7 where you would just enter in your address. All right. Now, next they need responsibility check. Attach proof of passport enrollment from the Mayor's Office of Contract Services. Submit as an attachment to the pre-qualification application. So I will also leave a link down below on how to, the website to enroll on passport. It's just asking for your information. It's a bit lengthy. It can take maybe 20-30 minutes to fill out, but as I said, it's worth it. It's just adding in your information. Okay, so proof that you are enrolled on passport, and I will leave a link down below to that website. All right, include a certificate of completion for the NYCHA procurement ethics training as an attachment to this application. This is very simple, guys. I will leave a link down below to that. It's just a bunch of videos, not a bunch, a few videos that you watch, and then they ask you very easy questions just so you can prove that you watched these videos. And then at the end, they will give you an ethics training certificate for watching these videos and answering these questions. So you need a certificate of completion with this application. And as I said, I will leave a link down below to the ethics training. That took me literally like 15 minutes to complete. All right. Signed and notarized submission statement. That is on page 17. Don't forget that. So you have to go to a notary for that one. Terms and conditions must be signed, and bidding opportunities and priorities on page 2 must be signed as well. So statement of confirmation, this RFQ must be signed by the applicant, indicating they agree to receive mentorship services provided by NYCHA. This is detailed in bidding opportunities section on page 6. All right, guys. Now on to the application. So we're gonna fill out what we can fill out, and then we have to go back and make sure we have all of these requirements. All right, let's get to it. All right, for me, guys, I have to go on preview in order for me to fill this out. So let's go. Now you just put your business name down. Your business address. Mailing address if different, delivery address if different. So here you would of course put in your phone number, fax number, your website, the contact person, which would be you, your title, owner, CEO, your email address, print the name of the person that's completing this application, title again, and the date completed. And then that would be that for this page, guys. We're gonna just keep going. Licenses, certificate information. So they're just making sure that you have these 4 main licenses as an attachment, and you would enter in your firm name and your license number. Now, for license number, I would think they're talking about your GC contractor's license number that you would put here, since that's the one closest to the bottom. And you would, of course, put your firm name. You would need, of course, your New York State Labor Law Department of Labor registration, just showing proof that you're registered to do business in the state of New York, your RRP certification as a firm, and your RRP certification as an employee, and your New York City GC license. So you would just check all of these boxes and make sure you attach it to this application. You could just fill out the application, honestly, and then just upload it as a separate attachment, since you're already emailing this over to them. All right, let's keep going. Let's just go here, actually, guys. All right, small business requirement. Now, this is where you, they are just reiterating that they would need 3 years of your past tax returns. So you can show that your annual revenue do not exceed $5 million, okay, over the 3 fiscal years. So don't forget that, guys. You would just need your 3 years of tax returns. What I usually do in the requirements section here, I would just print this out, this right here. 1, 2, 3. And then when you're done filling this application out, you're just checking off boxes, making sure, hey, I put that in, I put that in, I got that, you know? All right, now for here, you're gonna enter in your business name, address, city, state, and zip. Pretty simple. They ask for things like this multiple times. You enter in your phone or email, your EIN, your legal structure, either an LLC, sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation, or other, and signing down below to confirm your business information. So you just put in your name, percentage of ownership, signature, title, and date. And let's keep going, guys. All right, now here, minority and woman-owned business certification and Section 3 business concern information. I will do a separate video on how to get certified with the New York City as a minority business enterprise or a women business enterprise. And I will also, in that video, leave a link to events that, virtual events that the New York City Housing Authority conducts. I recently participated in it, and it is a very, very informative event. I'll leave the recording of the event that I went to, showing you exactly how to get certified as a minority business enterprise or women business enterprise. And it is well worth it, because you get certain opportunities, first dibs on contracts if you have these certifications. Also, they give you financing options as low as 3 to 5% if you are a minority business enterprise for New York City. Okay, so keep a lookout for that video. And if you are not, just put no. If you are, even better, just put yes, and then you would enter in your business name and your certification number. All right. Now for this section here, it'll show for a complete definition if you are a Section 3 business concern. And it'll ask you, are you a Section 3 business concern? Your business must be registered on NYCHA's Section 3 business concern vendor list. I just registered myself for this. This is what's so great about these procurement websites. Although it's a lot of red tape, they also have people that are here to help you. do one-on-one and walk you through these things. And this right here, I registered to get one-on-one assistance on how to do this. And when I tell you that that call was about like 15 minutes, it is very easy. It just depends. I will say it depends on, it'll ask you, how do you classify yourself as a Section 3 business concern? Depending on the way you classify yourself, they will ask you for paperwork to prove it. So if your business is 51% owned and controlled by a low or very low income person, and they show you the threshold of they consider a low or very low income person. If that's the case and you click yes, then they will ask you for your last year's tax return to prove that. All right. And there's other ways to classify yourself as a Section 3 business concern, where over 75% of labor hours performed by the business over the prior 3 months performed by Section 3 workers. If so, that just means, do you employ Section 3 workers, and for the past 3 months was 75% of that work performed by them? If the answer is yes, you can use that. And all they would need is for your employee to sign a form stating that this is true, you know. And last way to the last way you can certify yourself as a Section 3 business concern is if the business is 51% owned and controlled by current public housing residents or residents who currently live in Section 8 assisted housing. And you will put yes or no, and of course they will ask you for some type of proof to prove so. All right. And if it is yes, please list the name of the NYCHA public housing development, as they said for this one. All right, guys. Let's keep going. If you want to recap, just rewind. All right. Like I said, I'll give you a link down below on how to get your MBE and how to get your Section 3 business concern, guys. Very well worth it. You have these certifications, you get first dibs on certain contracts. All right. All right. Now for the staffing plan. It lets you know, like I said, I would use Claude for this. To create a staffing plan, I would just copy and paste exactly what they need to create that. Vendor must employ a total of at least 2 employees. One can be a supervisor and one can be the tradesperson or technical staff member. Experience must be verifiable. Proof of adequate and qualified labor force shall be provided as supporting documentation to this RFQ by the following items: a staffing plan and a statement of confirmation. And this is the statement of confirmation where you would sign and date. I believe they said they wanted that notarized. Let's go back and check. Staffing plan. No, it doesn't. All right, guys, let's keep going. We see what we need to do for the staffing plan. Create that with Claude or ChatGPT, sign and date. Staffing plan must be submitted with this application and must include the name, title, years of experience, and certification held by at least 1 supervisor and 1 technical staff member. So just be sure to copy and paste this information when you are creating one on any AI tools you use, either Claude, ChatGPT, whatever. All right, now for business experience. So for business experience, you need to provide proof that you've been in business for at least 5 years. Supporting documentation can include, as we stated before, your articles of organization or other company formation documents. How many years this business operated in its current form and using the business provided name. It'll ask you how many years and you just put that in here. Use the nearest whole number. and 3 years of experience. That is 3 references for 3 different projects, showing a description of services aligned with the trade application you are doing. This is specifically carpentry, but if you have plumbing, electrical, of course, 3 years of experience or 3 different references and projects in that trade, of course. And of course, they leave that big old note that your articles of organization or company formation documents must be submitted with this application. And of course, 1 reference per project. All right, here's the business experience. Put in at least 3. So this is where you would just put in your business experience. You actually don't have to submit a separate document. So you just have to fill this out where you put your client name or the project name, agency or authority you worked for. Were you the prime contractor or the subcontractor? The contract value, a description of the services like the scope of work and the project start and end date, the client reference name and title, and their contact info, their telephone number and email. And you need at least 3. All right. Now let's keep going, see what else they need here. All right. Now this is the department certification form. I'm just gonna scroll down here. Now for here, it'll ask you if you are registered with Dun & Bradstreet and if you have a DUNS number. If you do, you would enter it here. If not, you would just put you do not. I will leave a link down below to the website to get your DUNS number. And it's pretty simple. It does not take long to complete that application. It takes about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, depending on how quickly you go through that application to get your DUNS number. I recommend just getting that DUNS number. You know, the more you have for them, the better. The more competitive you would look. All right, we're gonna keep going down here. It's a lot of certifications. Now this is the part where you would need to get notarized here. So don't fill this out until you get to the notary. So I would print page 16 and page 15 out to when you go get that notarized. All right, let's keep going. Now, proof of passport enrollment. And look, they already have the link to the certificate of completion for your NYCHA procurement ethics training. I will let you guys get that done and see what that's about. I believe there was in 2024, a bunch of procurement officers were investigated for accepting bribes from business owners, and they were awarding these business owners contracts, right? So yes, that does happen, and this was a big thing in 2024. So now, in order to do business with New York, apply for these contracts, you have to get your ethics training completed. So it's, like I said, it's very simple. Just some videos, questions at the end that you watch those videos, and at the end they will give you your ethics training certificate. And of course, proof of passport enrollment from NYCHA. And I'll leave a link down below how for the website, not how to do it. If in the future, I will create a video on going through this application. Like I said, it can take 30 minutes to 40 minutes if you're just doing it yourself. If you have some help, I would reach out to the NYCHA Help Center, and so they can walk you through this, right? But it's a bunch of just filling out personal information and business information. All right, now for your submission statement, you just print your name, title, business, and here has to be signed by the notary. So for the submission statement, I would not fill this out until you get to in front of the notary. All right, that's that there. Terms and conditions, sign and date. And look, they even got a checklist for you. So remember I told you guys in the beginning, I would just print out those pages, those 3 pages. But look, right here, they got it for you. You need your GC license, RRP certification for your firm and employees, a copy of your license to do business with New York State, signed and dated small business requirement certifications, copies of your tax returns for the past 3 years, staffing plan, business experience, etc. Everything we just went through. All right. And some additional requirements: proof of address, of course, email confirmation of passport enrollment from Mox. So all you need is just an email confirmation, certificate of completion of the ethics training, and of course signed and notarized submission statement certifications, and of course signed statement agreeing to NYCHA's terms and conditions. So pretty, the filling it out, just the, these type of things are this pretty simple. It's just all of that, all of these licenses, certifications, all the paperwork that you have to submit is the most lengthy part of it all. All right. And like I said, I'll leave a link down below to all of that. And for here, it's just looking like, look, they even have the link to passport for you to enroll. And it's looking like the rest is a bunch of general information. Looks like a long application, but it's not. All right, guys. Let's go back up. Yep, and that is how you fill out this application. As I said, I will leave links down below on how to get all of these. Your tax returns, you got that yourself, of course. Organization and staffing plan, like I said, I will go into Claude or ChatGPT and just say, hey, I need a staffing plan. I'm filling out this is a prompt for you guys. I'm filling out an application for the New York City Housing Authority. Let it know what it's about, and I need a staffing plan, and this is what needs to be in this staffing plan. All right, and it'll just create you one. All right, proof of business registration, all of that. And we got it down pat, guys. Get in on this opportunity. Do not get discouraged. Do not get intimidated. That is what that's how they separate the go-getters from the people that's not gonna go get it. They're gonna put a lot of red tape, a lot of paperwork for you to fill out. You just gotta get through it so you can get in on these opportunities. All right. Also, like I said, my channel is mostly about how to make millions starting a cleaning business. I was notified of this amazing opportunity, and I just had to share it with you guys. So if you want any one-on-one help, we definitely help you fill out these lengthy red tape applications for these opportunities, specifically in janitorial services. But if I come across opportunities such as this, I will always let you guys know. So stay subscribed to my channel. Have faith, okay? Have faith in yourself, faith in your business. Throw away the worry of all the work that you have to do. Just have faith that you're gonna get that work done, okay? All right, guys. You don't need luck. All right. Peace.